The gunmaker Mossberg has teamed up with Duck Dynasty to release 9 different shotguns, as well as 2 semi-automatic rifles and a semi-automatic pistol. Now, there's really not much news value to this story, other than to say, just like Jesus would do. No, I always talk about this with one of my close friends who is a Christian, and him and I marvel over conservative Christians and evangelical Christians and the fundamentalists on the right, because they're just a walking contradiction. Yeah, here's what Jesus would love. Semi-automatic weapons. That's exactly the opposite message of Jesus. Jesus was all about turn the other cheek. You know what that means? Slap me on one side of the face, I'll present the other side. Slap this side too, buddy. He's a pacifist. A pacifist is way more liberal than I am. I'm a non-interventionist, which means I want to mind my business. I'm not going to start a fight with anybody. But if there's an imminent attack coming to us, of course I want to defend ourselves. I'm not against it. There's a legitimate reason to respond and to use deadly force. We should use it, right? But Jesus is like, no, never use deadly force. Love thy enemy. Love thy enemy. But no, they're going to sell semi-automatic rifles and a semi-automatic pistol and different shotguns. And I'm sure, mostly for hunting, but for the pistols, probably for self-defense or whatever. And a semi-automatic rifle, you don't need that for hunting. I mean, I don't know. I can go on and on about the hypocrisy of these guys. But what they're doing, they're cashing in on that market now. They actually probably had a more diverse group of people watching them before the scandal. But now what happened is whatever conservative viewers they had, which was probably the majority, now they're like overflowing with love for these guys. But I mean, think about how grotesque that really is. Now again, I'm not saying he should have been fired. I don't think he should have, or suspended. I know he was temporarily suspended. Now he's back like 3 days later. I don't think he should have ever been suspended. So let me be clear on that. But the fact that people are treating him like he's some sort of hero. He compared gay people to murderers and terrorists. Terrorists! You know what terrorists do? I mean, do we even need to talk about this? It's just, why can't we compartmentalize? Steve O from the Young Turks mentioned this the other day. He's like, why can't people just do this basic logical deduction where they say, I can like the show Duck Dynasty, but I could also at the same time say, in real life, Phil Robertson's a douchebag. Because that's probably the truth. The show Duck Dynasty, I've seen it a few times. It's okay. I mean, I wouldn't watch it on a regular basis, but I know there's a lot of people who do and they love it. And I got no problem with them. But hold those two thoughts in your mind at the same time. It's not that hard. It takes a little bit of nuance, I know, but it's not that hard. Good show, Phil Robertson's a douchebag. But no, what happened is so often people, they just run to their corners. He's persecuted. Right. Phil Robertson is the one being persecuted. Not the gays, who can only marry in 17 states. So the overwhelming majority of the states don't allow them to marry, don't give them equal rights. 29 states, somebody can fire you just for being gay. They can say, I think you look too effeminate. I don't like that. You're fired. Yes, the people who have the law stacked against them and treats them like second-class citizens, they're not oppressed. They're not persecuted. It's Phil Robertson, the Christian, who's persecuted, even though 76% of the American population is Christian. And every single president has been Christian. I mean, spare me. It's the old victim complex. And the funny thing is, the conservatives and the people on Fox News, they always say that liberals play the victim. It's you who plays the victim. Look at Phil Robertson. Oh, no, I'm being attacked because I just compared gays to terrorists. Just sit down and shut up. Don't respond to me when I compare them to terrorists. Just accept it as fact. But it's not fact, and you're a dumbass, and we're going to fucking call you out for it.